time to do a little bit of fixing up and a little bit of cleaning up. So what I'm going to do now is put the fuse, the T-fuse holder and fuse into position here, or rather behind here. And I also need to tidy up a little bit below as well. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so just for context, this here is cabinet 1 or battery 1, where the seplos is directly above this. So your view is underneath the cabinets here, of course. And this here is cabinet 2. The cables that you can see going down this way, they connect to battery 3. So as it stands, you can see that I have two 50mm cables coming down through this hole, and these are the cables that are connected to the 32 kilowatt-hour battery. They are connected to this buzz bar here and this buzz bar here, so positive and negative. This buzz bar is connected to these buzz bars are connected to these buzz bars using only a 25mm square, because it was only relying on the older seplos batteries. And I had been planning on connecting these buzz bars using 50mm square. I've changed my mind. What I'm actually going to do is, rather than the 50mm square cables coming down through here, I'm actually going to bring them down through here because I believe I have enough space to do that, and I will hook them up to this bus bar here. It doesn't really matter anymore. I'm going to be disconnecting battery number 3, so I'm going to be taking this cable out, and I'm going to be removing the battery cables from battery number 1 as well. So that'll give me all the room I need to be able to bring the cables down through an enlarged hole here, and I'll be connecting them here. So let's just see if I have enough room. From here, these will be the connection points for the battery. I will run a 50mm square cable to these two buzz bars, and this is actually where the inverter will be connected. As you can see, these are actually the cables that are connected to the inverter right now, and I'm going to be moving those down a little bit, or maybe I'll leave them at this buzz bar. I haven't yet decided. Turn off that battery now, and that's the last time this battery will be powering my home. You had a good life. Time for the next one. Go. Oh, that caught me off guard. Just flew through. Bursting through the aluminium foil. Cable is prepared, and it's time to start mounting the fuse. So I'm just going to put the MCCB to the first part of the fuse holder rather, and once I tighten this up, I will then Actually, I won't even tighten it up. I'm just going to screw it into place and then I'll tighten everything up. And making the connection, putting the lug on. This is supposed to snap off. Now, this is the Blue Sea holder cover, and I did read that these are very fragile when setting up, that apparently they tend to break. So I think I want to be cautious. So I'm going to start clipping away at it rather than bending that. I feel it might end up cracking up through here. So let's just go at it with the wire cutters, and that should give it an easier cut. It'll be a little messy at first, but I think it'll be the safer option. There we go. Yeah, now that's probably easier. Bend this out, bend that out. Come in here and give it a snip through. And snip. Just take any sharp edges off. Especially considering it's going to be making some contact with the DC cable insulation. So just take off the sharp edges. They somehow end up borrowed. Okay, here we are. Snap and snap. There we are. And all this is going to be boarded off. I'll be drilling some holes in whenever I do board off, just so we have ventilation. A bit more room on that. That'll be out of the way. And make the connection. Here we go. Here we go. Oh yeah. I've also run it through here, so it's a little neater. And I was going to get 100mm by 100mm trunking, but it's a rip-off, so I'm not going to do that. It's like 65-70 euro, and you can only get it in 3-meter lengths. Ridiculous. I think my dad is really wants to get some anyway for his little install, so if he has some left over, I'll gladly take it off his hands. So if I was to kind of neaten that up, you know, I would literally just be, you know, bringing it in here, and you know, that's it. So what else did I do? Well, I recrimped the connectors for the inverter. So these lugs, they were, again, same problem. We had the 50mm, and what I did was I crimped it right down to 35mm. So they're nice and tight. And again, I've color coded these just so you can see there. Okay, won't be sticking my fingers in too far. That's it. So we have our live and neutral going down into the cabinet here. Plenty of space left here for cleaning up, and they're all connected to the one buzz bar. And there is still a connection, as you can see. I have 25 square going through here. This is the positive, and then we have the neutral here, and that's connecting to that buzz bar, which is connecting to that buzz bar, which is going up, and that's connecting to battery number 3. So I'm going to reactivate battery number 3, and I'm now going to activate battery number 2. That's all hooked up. So on, and I need to press the button here, don't I? Oh my God, I've had a lot of cleaning up to do. Here we go, BMS turning on. Hopefully that alarm will disappear soon enough. And I'm just gonna give juice as well from here. Turn that battery back on. And let's see what's happening. So I'm at 98% here, it shows. And that alarm has just stopped going. And we're reading 98% right here. And the battery is discharging to the grid. Super. All right, guys, it's been, I'd say, a little over a week since the last clip. Not everything is finished. I just have a little bit of tidying up. So I'm just going to show you where I am and what needs to be done. All the extra stuff that will need to be done, you really don't need to see. It's not going to be helpful, but this is just going to give you a general idea of where I am and where I'm going. So let me show you the results. As you can see, still a little bit of a mess down here that needs to be cleared up. All that kind of insulation down there that needs to go out into the garbage. So here we are. We have the first battery pack over here, but this is battery number 1 and this is battery number 2. I've set the screen to be off unless I press the button, and it shows me here what my charge percentage is. Everything has been working absolutely wonderfully. Now, what have I done? Okay, so I've basically just boxed in this top shelf here. I'll be putting another shelf in the middle here, so I'll be able to store more goods. There'll be a lot more usable space available. And I've done exactly the same thing here. So again, I'll be putting another middle shelf here. And I've done similar here. Oh, what do we have here? So I have a little bit of space here. I'm undecided. I may in the future decide to put in another 32 kilowatt hours. So that's why I'm just kind of leaving that as it is. I will box it off. As you can see, there's still kind of access to the batteries here. So I will box it off. But for now, I'm just leaving it open. And then I've created this other top shelf. So here's my Makita tool set. I have my drill, my driver, my little jigsaw, the little multi-tool, little sander up there. I have my circular saw, my angle grinder, and my trusty SDS drill as well, and the drill bits here. So I'm gonna tidy this up a little bit as well. I just wanted to see if I could fit all of my gear in here, and yes I can, and yes I have. The last thing I'm going to do, aside from maybe giving this a lick of paint here around the edges, just tidy it up, I will be putting like a polycarbonate, you know, a transparent kind of screen here. As you can see here, I have 20 by 20 angle, wood angle here, so I'll be able to just slot it up against this, put a couple of bolts in or a couple of screws in here to keep everything in place. Obviously being super careful not to pierce the batteries. So I might actually go with neodymium magnets in that case, but that's going to be sealed off, and that's going to be sealed off there as well. Well guys, what do you think? Did I do a reasonable job? Is this something that you're thinking about doing yourself? Have you done anything similar? Look, if you're going to do something like this, though, make sure you know what you're doing. This is not really for the faint-hearted. It's very easy to damage your system, to injure yourself. So please, if you're doing it, do be careful. But that being said, it's definitely a worthwhile project. I've saved myself literally a couple of €1,000 over, let's say, the DIY kit batteries. It's a lot cheaper doing it this way, and for me, it's given me an awful lot more space. So as always, guys, if you've gotten anything from this, please like and subscribe. Leave your comments down below, even if it's just good job, Gary. I love to see it. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.